Hello everybody, welcome back to Commonwealth. Flipper, welcome to the cabin here in just a second. You know, somebody here all the time, not necessarily on YouTube, but on other platforms, people ask me, is it really worth your time? You know, what about this? What about that? What about taxes? What about shipping? What about the costs for shipping material? Is this really worth your time? And the answer for everybody is not the same. It's not worth everybody's time, but it is for me. And we're gonna go old school today, and we're gonna go back and do something we haven't done in a while, which is check out the numbers. Let's go take a look. And we're also going to get through this pile today. I'm going to pick a few items here, and we're going to run the numbers on some of these things. I got to find the first one is a Funko Pop. I'm pretty sure it's in here, unless it's up there on the shelf, which is possible too, but I don't see any hippos up there. And we're looking for a Funko Pop plush hippo. And I found the hippo here, and this guy right here sold for $49.50. plus shipping, has no tags on it. Well, it's got this tag, but it doesn't have the other tag on it. Now, obviously, this is a higher ROI item, and I'm going to mix it up. I'm going to give you some lower ROI. I'm going to give you some low dollar, some medium dollar, some items that might take a little bit longer to ship, and you got to put more time into it, and kind of break down the numbers. But I'm also going to add another number in there that's going to, I hope, silence the critics out there, because they always talk about other things on top of it. And I want to add in that and talk about those a little bit, because a lot of us resellers, and especially on YouTube, don't talk about that. So here it is. This is the hippo. This is how much money came in, $56.74, because they paid for the item, they paid for shipping, and they paid taxes. We're going to subtract all of this and come up with our number here. So let's do 56.74. Subtract 3.09 for taxes, subtract 3.75 for shipping. Charged $4.25 for shipping, and it cost $3.75, but they take fees out of that too. All right, what did I do here? Do I have this right? Minus 1 for materials, which I'm going to talk about in a minute. Minus 7.31 for fees. And the cost of that particular item was $1.20. Equals. So the profit on here after everything is taken out is $40.39. Now, the fees here are 12.9%. I did not promote that listing. So, you know, if you promote listings, obviously the fees are going to be higher. And in some items I promote, but it's pretty rare for me. Now, this material cost. For shipping for that particular item, there's nothing hard on there. I'm going to ship that thing in a poly bag. And I don't know, it's $56. I probably will put that in a box, actually, believe it or not. Not that it needs it, but because maybe it kind of does with a hat, but it really doesn't. If somebody paid quite a bit for it, I'm going to put it in a little tiny bag and then put it in a box. Now, we all know that time is a factor, and that is a super easy lister right there. It's not like one that I'm going to talk about in a minute. However, a lot of people, critics, not on this platform so much, but on TikTok or sometimes Facebook, every once in a while Instagram, but not very often, they'll say, hey, but you know, you're spending money on gas, which is very true. You know, you're out there you're spending money on electricity. I got an air conditioner back there. There are other costs involved in this. There's no doubt about that. And of course, you got to do the material, the tape and the bags, the boxes, the printing labels and all that stuff. So I just made it $1 from miscellaneous. The reality is, though, if you do things right, this is not a My Reseller Genie commercial, but you know, if you do things right in your bookkeeping, and if you do things right with your accounting, you can definitely make money using your mileage. And so that kind of deducts all of those arguments, in my opinion, because if you keep track of all that stuff, you keep track of everything, it's not quite as bad as the critics say. The sourcing side of it, it's why I love to pick up a bunch of little things out there. I got a cat that wants in. While I'm out there picking, because it kind of mitigates the cost. If you only pick up 3 things as opposed to 50 things. You know, I bought 80 of these guys, and you'll see it in a future picker video. Pepper wants a treat. What do you know? So I would also say this. You are going to be far better off with less labor-intensive items. Everybody out there knows that. I still love to pick up different things that are a little bit more labor-intensive, but this was super easy. Snap pictures for, you know, an hour maybe, max, because it's just pull it out, snap a picture, pull it out, snap a picture, find the comp, list the item. So there's not that much time involved in it. This is a super easy shipper. I mean, per hour, we're making an absolute killing on this thing. I don't know, let's just say there's 10 minutes all in, considering sourcing as well. And that's a factor. And I don't consider sourcing work. I just love it so much. So see, that's $240 an hour on that item. Now here's another item that is on the other side of the spectrum here. And it's an Emerson VCR, which is not a high-end VCR. And I want to talk about this one a little differently. I just realized this one was to a viewer, which I don't know that I've maybe sold one VCR to a viewer. It's not a typical viewer buy, but it went to Christine, retired engineer. Well, I'm not sure. Yeah, it is Christine. Hi, Kevin, retired engineer, December 21st. And it's a long message here. I'll kind of summarize it for you. But cleaning out old VHS, DVDs, remotes. Came across me on YouTube, Golden State Picker as well. And she's planning on using this to test VHS to resell, which is cool. So I will say this, well, a lot of VHS, especially unsealed, aren't worth a ton of money. However, some of them are, so hopefully you have some of those. And I actually don't test my VHS. I do test my VCRs though. So Christine, thank you so much. $35.99 plus shipping. Now this might shock a few people here, but I'm gonna send this priority mail. And it's actually gonna be cheaper for me to send this one priority mail. It's because it's one of those thinner VCRs. It's one of the lighter VCRs. And believe it or not, you can get it within 1 cubic foot. And you can ship this thing priority mail cheaper because it's going in my own state. Not even Ground Advantage. Ground Advantage might beat it by a few pennies, but not for the cost of a box if you're buying boxes. So we're going to actually ship this thing out priority mail. And you might be surprised how cheap it is. My guess is it's going to be under $8, and my guess is it's going to be between right on the borderline between 6 and 7 pounds. Maybe we can sneak it in at 6, but I doubt it. It's going to be close. And either way, we're going to send it priority mail, which is not something you do often with VCRs, but I'm going to package it up really quick, get the exact number so we have the exact numbers on here. I'm just going to show you a couple steps. I'm not going to show you the whole process, but to give you an idea for those out there who haven't shipped this kind of stuff or are new to reselling. So first of all, we got some bubble wrap here. Shout out American Bubble Boy. By the way, there's links for everything I talk about. American Bubble Boy, My Reseller Genie, list perfectly. All that stuff can always be found. If there's any discounts to be had over at CommonwealthPicker.com, the codes and all that stuff. I get those questions a lot lately. You can scroll down to affiliates and use those links and get a discount. So there you go. This is just a little bubble this way, a little bubble that way. That has some expense as well. I always leave this hanging out. I don't put it next to it and bubble wrap it in. I leave it hanging out, and then I'll use paper over here to package it. So to make this work to fit without getting the upcharge for being too big, it's you push it together. It's 2 different boxes, Frankenboxing it together. I'll cut a little bit more off of this. And I put the sides that I cut off on the sides of it so that it essentially acts as a double box. Push it together, cut it up here about 2 inches, and it's now going to be a 6-inch tall box. So it'll be like 16 by 12 by 6, which is going to be just perfect. Put a little bit more paper over the top. And of course, I forgot about this. Got to put these in there too. There you go. Now this is not a thing of beauty. It's a little Frankenbox here, and you can't do this with flat rate boxes and all that, which I don't ever use those anyways. But it's 17 by 12 by 7. It is, if it was 2 inches bigger, it'd be an upcharge. It'd end up going out UPS, and I'd have to use a different box. So, but this is going to go out at the 6-pound rate. So it's close to the 7-pound rate. If it would have been 2 ounces more, I'd have had to go out at the 7-pound rate. So it's exactly like I thought it was. USPS Ground Advantage for this item it's going to Newport News, Virginia, which is not that far away, same zone. $7.80, $7.88 to go out priority mail. So this one's going out priority mail because I didn't have to buy a box. However, I did spend some time on this, and this is going to be a much bigger time consumer because you have to test this item. You know, you got to wrap the cords up, and you got to put the blank VHS on it, and you got to do all that stuff. And so this isn't going to be a 10-minute item. This is going to be a 15-minute item, start to finish packaging, maybe even 20, because there's another little factor involved here, which is the failure rate of these, which is about 20% for me for this style of VCR. About 2 out of 10 don't work, and that's going to factor into this as well. So I ran the numbers on this one. $52 minus taxes, minus shipping. I put $3 for miscellaneous, even though I didn't use packaging material. I used a little bubble, I used a little paper, I used some tape as well, and of course a shipping label, but that stuff's not that expensive. But I upped the miscellaneous because when I buy items like this, not a lot of times, sometimes they don't work, and you gotta write all that stuff off. So I'm putting that in there with this one. This VCR, I believe I paid $3 for it, but I also got a blank VHS and an AV cable, and those I usually buy for 50 cents a piece. So $4 cost, $30.54 profit on that one, and it's probably a 20-minute item. To me, that's worth it, making $90 an hour on that. But you could bump the time involved up as well, because you got to test the ones that don't work. So this is why a lot of people don't do these anymore. I still like it. It's still worth it to me. By the way, side note, you'll notice the margins on those are massive. And so a lot of people see other people's 90-day totals and they freak out like, oh, and they feel so bad about themselves. Look, if your margins are ridiculously high, I mean, my gross number doesn't compare to a ton of people's gross numbers, but I guarantee you my profit number is pretty darn good. I see people posting, 90-day totals, and to me, which is fine, everybody can do that, that's no big deal. But to me, the 90-day total is just part of the equation. It just isn't everything. This is why the buy side is so important. I mean, let's just use round numbers here. Let's just say you gross $100,000 in a year, and your margins are 20%. You just made $20,000 net profit. If your margins are 70%, you made 7. It's pretty hard to get much over that, I will say. Very difficult with fees and all the other stuff. But, if you can make 60% margins, which is very, very doable. I mean, we're over that on both of these items here for sure. You're going to make some pretty good money at this. But how you source what you buy, that's why I love doing what I do. My gross numbers don't compare to a lot of people. I don't care. It's just really, in the end, how much money comes in, net profit after all expenses. One more little side note is returns. I didn't mention, in miscellaneous right there, returns. Electronics, for me, the return rate is over 2% consistently. So you've got to factor that in as well. And I test every VCR because I try to keep that number down. This next one might surprise you, and there's a lot of people out there in the YouTube world that criticize all kinds of people. If you're not selling something for $25, you're wasting your time. That just simply isn't true. Matter of fact, this one sold out the door with taxes and everything, $10.75. That is free shipping item, $9.95, something like that, free shipping. So this is the money that came in. And I want to show you something. This might surprise some of you out there. Taxes is 80 cents. Shipping is $3.75. Fees is $1.63. Miscellaneous, I put at 14 cents. In reality, it's going in one little cheap poly bag, and it's getting a label on there. So it's less than that, but I'm throwing in all the other stuff that people talk about as well. And I have 50 of these items. So the profit here is $4.18. I would not more than likely pick this up as a one-off. But there are 50 of them. So you take the time that you put into taking one picture, because you've got 50 identical items, and that one-time effort basically gets pushed into 50 items, so that the actual time it takes you to sell one of these, the one picture, the listing, and then shipping it 50 times is about 2 minutes an item. 2 minutes an item, because, I mean, the reality is you walk over there, you grab it out of the box, you throw it in a poly mailer, and you hit print. That's like a minute. So I'm being generous saying it's 2 minutes of work here. And this is not the type of item that gets returned either. I don't think I've ever had a return on them. We've sold, I don't know how many we've sold, a few. But we'll sell all 50 of them eventually. And we'll make, assuming everything stays the same, $4.18 at 2 minutes. If you multiply that out, this might shock some people here. So we talk about the Hippo per hour, $240. The VCR per hour, $90. This item per hour, $125. This is actually a better use of my time than this right here. And so don't listen to people who say don't sell low price items. However, not all low priced items are the same. If this was a one-off, this number goes way, way down, because it's going to be a 10-minute item. At 6, you're making like $24 an hour. That would not be an item that I would want to pick up, although I might anyways, because I think it's cool. I could do that for all kinds of items, but I have a lot to ship, so I'm not going to do it anymore here. But we might talk about it throughout the show. And I got to find this record right here. It's Sammy Hagar. I actually don't love doing records because they are a little bit labor intensive, to be perfectly honest with you, the way that you got to package them and stuff. But I still like them because I just absolutely love the cover art on them. This one went to a viewer, sold for $14 plus shipping. Thanks, Kevin, to you and your amazing family. I like that. Thank you. For all the information and entertainment we watch every night. They say they already have an Enaman displayed in their shop. Thank you. God bless Melody and Shane. And it's Lotsa Odds and Ends. Lotsa with a Z, Odds with a Z, N, Ends with a Z. What are you doing?
I thought Mom was in here.
You thought Mom was in
Yeah.
here? Oh, you gonna play catch with her? Hey, we're gonna go to dinner tonight. We're leaving at 4:45. Next one's a really cool sale, and I can't wait for this one to air over on the Commonwealth Picker channel. It was an unbelievable find. I was so lucky, and I almost missed it because I'm kind of dumb. I saw the fact that it was Mickey Mouse, but I didn't realize it was a Coach bag until I started seeing other Coach bags at the sale. And she was selling stuff pretty darn cheap. And I didn't know it at the time, but this was in it as well. And this really helped it out a bunch. That Disney Coach bag inside of it. You see there's a little bit of damage on the bottom. And so this, if it was perfect, if it was new, it's a $300 item, but you'll see it's not quite perfect. All four corners and then a little fraying right there. So we put it out there on discount. It sold fairly quickly. I think I paid $20 for it. Sold for $180 for that red bandana Mickey Coach bag and accessory. This next one's a little borderline, but it's going to get over $40 an hour. $1 buy, $13.49 plus shipping. Quick and easy. I'll take that. Vera Bradley. Had a little guest come for his daily treat. Sit. You hear them out there playing ball, don't you? It's a tough conundrum, huh? Why don't you eat that and then I'll let you out. You gonna eat it? You want to go play? All right, go ahead. Go play. That's funny. Sold another 2 of these right here. And these went to a viewer, and it's not to a reseller viewer, though, which is something that I don't hear many people talk about. Right there went to Tabitha. And I'm fairly certain, Tabitha, you're not a reseller, because this is your 3rd and 4th item you've ever bought on eBay. So, and I see this all the time, so there's criticism, you know, that people like me are having more and more people resell. The numbers actually don't show that, but whatever. There certainly are people that start to resell because they look this stuff up and they find it and they want to resell. But I see so many folks who aren't resellers who are now buying on eBay and other platforms. I think that's awesome. So I saw these on one of your videos, loving your channel, getting them for my son for his birthday next month. I noticed that you do not have anything Star Trek. If you keep an eye out, I'd definitely be interested. Keep up the great work, and thank you. If there's any resellers out there who do have a lot of Star Trek, comment below in my comments, and then maybe she can buy it from you in your store, because we don't have much Star Trek. So thank you, Tabitha. $44.98 plus shipping. Sold a backpack of sorts. It's like a mesh see-through backpack. I think maybe if you're going to the lake or something and getting your wet clothes in there, I guess. I don't know. Paid $1, $17.50 plus shipping. A couple episodes back, we gave away one of these right here. 925 Thrift Pocket Guide to Finding Silver. And I'm going to announce the winner. The other one we're giving away on the September 6th Whatnot show. Go ahead and bookmark that if you're interested, or if you've never gone over there to Whatnot, we have a link in the description, or at CommonwealthPicker.com. You can get a free $15. We're going to be doing another giveaway or 2 over there as well, and a bunch of $1 starts. So here we go. The winner is Joseph HG OFF HG off 6083. There you go. I'm going to actually name another winner who's, well, they're not really a winner, so if you hear your name, doesn't mean you win. But if Joseph doesn't claim it in 7 days, we're going to give it to James Finley, 2463. So, James, hit me up in a week or so and ask me if he claimed it. If he didn't, I'll send it off to you. I hear Wallen coming behind me. They must have stopped playing catch. Sold a Ray Lewis jersey right here. This one sold for $60. Free shipping. This time you sat right down. You can eat it this time because nobody's playing. You gonna run away. Sold a Carson Wentz kid-size jersey. Gotta find it. I got it. It's a 3T jersey. Really small. And that one I got for free. Sold for $22. Free ship. Sold some Voigt strobe shoes. I dug them out earlier, so I knew they'd be at the bottom. They've been in the store for a while. And these actually sold to somebody else, and they canceled the order before we shipped them. I bought them over a year ago at $127 because they were so cheap. I'm like, those are cool. And I don't know, they're all right. $26.10 plus shipping. And they went to a viewer, I think, because you left a message, Tabitha, and it says you're a repeat buyer. So praying these fit my husband. It usually depends on the brand. Sometimes he wears a 9, a 10, a 10.5. Thanks for being generous. I sent an offer, so I hope they do too, so you don't send them back, Tabitha. Thank you very much. Hope he enjoys his shoes. By the way, just reminded me, we were out of these for a long time. These are back in the store and also back in the whatnot as well. If you have that 15 free bucks, we still have some of these as well. I guess I should have let Reagan tell you that since she's in charge of that store. Well, her and Bubba's girlfriend. Sold another Scooby-Doo keychain, and these a lot of times go to viewers, but I don't think this one did. $11.95, free shipping. Sold a Brewers hat, and this one, I'll probably let it go a little too cheap, to be honest with you. It's $16 plus shipping. But, you know, it's out the door. We made some money, and I was going to say thank you to Christopher, but there's no message, so I don't know if you're a viewer or not. I feel like I saw a message from you there somewhere, but maybe it was just a send offer. I think that's what it was. So that one wasn't a viewer, but this one was a viewer, and I decided to auction this hat off because I didn't really want to take all the pins off of it, and I thought it'd be cool because they're all Dale pins on there. And I know this hat can go for like 20 bucks, but I didn't clean it. Had all the pins. I'm like, put it out there on auction, and I'm sure a viewer will get it. And you did, and you got a pretty good deal in my opinion, because these pins are pretty cool. And it went to Gary. Hi, Kevin. Greetings from New Jersey. Longtime viewer, first-time buyer. Been with you since the beginning. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Really enjoy your content and your interactions with your family. You are my favorite YouTuber by far. Wow. Well, thank you. That's very nice of you. Keep up the great work, Gary. Gary, thank you. I appreciate it. I think you got a cool one right there. And I don't think I said what it went for. It went for $31 plus shipping. And I think if I would have listed that thing out there, buy it now, I think I would have put it out there for 45 bucks. So, but I'm glad it's going quickly. That also reminds me, I've had a ton of people on Facebook, YouTube, one on Instagram, I think as well, ask me about that riding slope that we bought. And since I had so many people ask me about it and ask me about a price and selling it before we listed and all that, I just decided I would list it on eBay. It should be on auction now. So if you were one of those people that was interested in this item right here that you saw us pick up, I don't really even know what it's worth. I know it's probably around $150 minimum is my guess, because it has all the accessories. But I'm like, you know, I'll put it out there on auction. Somebody get a good deal on it, I hope. And we'll ship it off to you. Next one is up here. It is a Mickey Mouse pillow. And it's got the tag on it, little vintage tag on it. And this one went to a viewer. Boy, we had, I think, 25% of our sales were to viewers today. So that is incredibly kind of y'all. We really do appreciate it. That pillow is headed to Joseph. I like your name, Crockett Brown. That's pretty cool. That'd be a great name for a baseball player. Hey, Kevin, thanks for all you do. I've seen almost all your videos, and you inspired me to get into reselling. I'm subscribed to all your channels. Hope to see my purchase on the Flipper channel. You just did. My daughter loves Mickey Mouse, and she will love this once it arrives. I see you only have 4 feedback here, so you must not be getting into reselling too long ago, I guess. Keep up the good work. Throw me in an extra sticker if you don't mind. Take care. God bless, Crockett Brown. So, sure, we'll throw in what we normally do here. 1, if I got to remember when I ship it. 2, 3, 4. So we'll put that back. Actually, I'll put it here. Maybe I'll remember a little bit better. Sold this Gravity Falls t-shirt. Bought this at the 301 this year with Dave. Part of that huge anime buy. I think that's where I got that one from anyways. $15 plus shipping. Haven't sold a G.I. Joe item in quite a while. Haven't added to that sale, the Real American Hero sale. I'm just now realizing I did a whole video without my hat on. There it is down there. It's going to take me a minute. This one sold for $69.95 plus shipping. It is a MOBAT, mobilized battle tank, and it is tested and working. So we put it up there at a high price. Took a long time to sell, but it did sell. I have to add this to my list, but I got to make a new sheet, and the paper's inside, so it's going to add to the $3,200 total on that huge G.I. Joe buy. I got to go in and get one more item, but I see these two out here. You're chewing on a stick, and No Name's taking a dirt nap. Let's go get it. Next one's an interesting combo, and which means it's the last viewer sale of the day, the 5th one. So that referee shirt and a rubber band gun, $30.53 total plus shipping. So there you go. When I saw that one come across, I'm like, that's got to be a viewer, right? Shaylin says, hi Kevin, love your shows, your positive contribution to many resellers, not many, but many small resellers like me are priceless. I appreciate how hard you work to make your shows fun to watch, informative. I'm fortunate to have my dream job, but I have always enjoyed reselling as a hobby. It keeps me 100% debt-free. These items are going to be worn, used by actors in an upcoming production. P.S. I won the Whatnot bag of goodies at FlipCon, which was a fun intro to the platform. Thanks again for all you do. Which reminds me of something, because we added that one, and I still think I had that. Did you ever get that one? I had a question about that, so you have reminded me on here. Either that or we had 2 of those goodie bags. So shoot me an email, commonwealthpicker@gmail.com, and let me know, and I'll ship that out, because it's not on my Whatnot seller hub. At any rate, thank you. We do appreciate you. And it's going to Chandler, Arizona is where this is going. My grandmother lived there. My brother still does live there, actually. So thank you very much. All right, we sold another Harley belt, and I forgot to pull it out earlier. So
You're welcome.
my wife said, you forgot something, and I did. How much did it go for?
$35 plus shipping.
$35 plus shipping. It's a Harley belt, and it's a size small. Hey, all, my wife told me I missed another one. Surprise, surprise. And I might have messed it up with the Sammy Hagar one. This one was $25 plus shipping. And this one, I think, was $14 plus shipping. So this one's pretty cool. Double right there. So we'll have to package that one up real nice in one of these. Did I do good other than that, baby?
Nope.
All right, y'all. There's just no way we're going to get through all these gifts today, unfortunately. So I'm really thinking Garage Sale Nation channel, open everything. But we did pick a few out before we realized we probably can't get through them all. Would you read a little bit of that while I'm looking over here?
Yeah,
go ahead.
Hi Kevin, I thought I'd drop off a few items for the St. Jude auction at the reseller rally. It just so happens this is my wife Linda's favorite charity of mine, the City of Hope, where I am being treated. Linda and I have donated a few times a few times a year to both. It's nice to think that we can make a difference.
Where's that card? Let me show them their card. Yeah, and there's a phone number. I don't know if I want that showed.
The Nardvark.
Aardvark Treasures. Look at how amazing. There's so much. I can't promise everything's going to go in that auction because we have so much. But there's this eBay store, Poshmark Closet. 2 of them. Very, very cool. I can't even thank y'all enough.
What?
Oh, look at that.
Oh.
Man, this is just incredibly generous. Who's that? Is that Lincoln?
This?
Yeah. No, definitely
that's not Lincoln.
I'm glad. Wait a minute, what did it say? I'm glad I have a friend like you. That's really cool. A bunch of games in
this
there.
is an
Holy
ashtray,
moly.
maybe?
That looks like maybe. No, it's false graph, I think. Maybe it is an ashtray.
I don't know. Bobblehead. Says to be careful with this one when we're like opening it.
Well, thank y'all. You can open it if you want. I wanted to thank Brian Klaus really quickly and Jesby Crafton. He's got a sticker for the cabin, Brian. Can't wait to see you here in a couple days. Thank you so much. I love it. I'm going to put that up. Thank you for your kindness. ABC Matt sent us a ton of stickers for the reseller rally. We're going to put that in every box. Got to send it off to John. And something awesome for the St. Jude auction. We'll put that one in here in the coming weeks. September 30th. And check this out, y'all. Rally Roots sent us this awesome vintage Mickey shirt. What do you think of this? Made in the USA. How cool is that shirt? Front and back, all over print. Just awesome. Size large even. I want to keep it for myself. But that is really cool. Thank y'all. Thank you to Ryan and to Allie and, of course, Callie. Thank you so much. And that's going to be on the September 30th St. Jude auction along with that, along with something from here. Brian already gave us a signed hat from Roy Halladay, and it's just going to be an amazing thing. Go ahead and bookmark that over there on Whatnot. And I promise we're going to get to this stuff. I guess tomorrow, Reagan, you and me and Turner open all that, put it on the Garage Sale Nation channel?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Wow, this is a secret. I don't know what this is.
You guys are awesome. Link to that Whatnot auction below. If you've never signed up, you get a free 15 bucks. It's going to be amazing. I can't thank everybody enough. All the creators, all the resellers have donated, and we are packed at this point, but maybe we'll have to do another one. Oh, and I almost forgot this awesome shirt that Matt sent me as well. ABC Matt on YouTube. I love it. Absolutely love it. And he said that one's for me, so I get to keep that one. That is so cool. Thank you so much, Matt. And Elizabeth, I think I'm going to ship your item out tomorrow, because if I don't, I'm going to be late for dinner. My wife won't be happy, but thank you very much. Hey, let me know out there if you're a reseller, if your sales are going up, down, or sideways. I'd always love to hear it. Kind of keep my finger on the pulse of what's going on out there. We appreciate you stopping by, and I can't wait to see you next time.